and we can work it out with her. So all this talk I did about sleeping with other people's wives. Here is lucky lady number 1. She is Westerosi Valyrian, which is, she's not the white-haired, high Valyrian, but in terms of making bastards with, that should be fine. She's quick and attractive, so we're going to go ahead and seduce her. And one more on her way, I believe. There we go. What is this? Lord Ronnie of Riverrun has amassed more power and titles than is warranted by his station. You were kindly to advise him to abdicate the high lordship of Wayfarer's Rest. That's fine. I'm cool with that. I will spend lavishly on food to honor Dany, even though she hated me. It is simply what we must do. So this is my son, 17. Not the best Targaryen that's ever been produced. Currently, he's kind of like second to Aegon. Aegon's actually turned out better, but it's only because he doesn't have a dragon yet. Once he has a dragon, he'll be a lot better off, and he may tame Drogon, because Drogon is now up for grabs. So who knows? He may end up being. I think his marshal will go up to 22. That'll be good as a commander. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Waiting on this other lady. There she is. She's actually a Cersei Valyrian, so she does have the white hair. She's from a high house, so that's good. And yeah, there we go. Parkela. And really the only reason I chose her is because she's young and has the white hair and the purple eyes that I typically associate with Valyrians. So yeah, she does have a sister who's married, but there you go. No feast is complete without boar meat. Who will get the prestigious task of hunting and slaying the boars needed for the feast? So, Marshal Lord Commander Raleigh. Or I can send out my son. 80% chance no effect, 10% chance he gains 1 marshal, 7% chance he gets wounded, 2% chance he gets maimed, in which case he would gain the trait severely injured, and there's 1% chance he dies. What is my son's current opinion of me? It's 0. It's very neutral. Okay. I'm gonna send my son. Just to have the improved opinion. So it looks like my plot is already bearing fruit. Sir Gawain, my co-conspirator, has sent word that a massive pit of manure has been prepared under the floorboards of an abandoned inn on the path Eldon will travel with his escort. Once they are seated at a table, kaboom. There we go. Let's prove the plan. Sir Reynard Turnberry has used his attendance at the feast in King's Landing, also a funeral, to present a petition for justice before the court. He claims that Lord Lyman Turnberry sullied his honor by having illicit relations with his wife, ooh, that's bad, behind his back, and demands recompense for this slight. Now, I can either make the Lord my prisoner. He'll be mad that I imprisoned him. I have a 72% chance of imprisoning him. I can order him to pay, or I can say that he's clearly not guilty. I believe Aegon is a man of justice, and I believe in particular to men that sleep around with other people's wives. So I think we're going to ask them. I think we're going to imprison. I think that's a good. No, you know what? If we fail, I think he declares war. So let's just have him pay. Sir Hector Chester is used as attendants of the feast in King's Landing to present a petition for justice before the court. He claims that Commander Arianne sullied his honor by having illicit relations with his wife. Why is everybody having illicit relations with other people's wives? This is just awful, guys. Just awful. The funeral. Amidst a throng of people, the body of the dead, freshly cleaned and prepared for the fires to come, is carried out to the temple and preceded up the steps into the facade. There the body is laid in state, so the family and friends of the dead can say their farewells, place a teary kiss upon the forehead of the body, recollect about the day's past glories, or simply look upon the figure and weep. When each has had their turn to mourn, the body is hoisted onto the pyre. A solemn prayer is told over it, and a lighting torch is presented to King Aegon VI. As the gathered crowd quiets, the torch is put to kindling, and the body of Empress Daenerys is burned away. By the morn, the ashes are collected and interned within the temple. And so it is done. Success. Eldon perished in the manure explosion. There is no trace of my complicity to be found amongst the rubble. He went out with a bang. That's hilarious. Uh-oh, we have some vassals' levies raised somewhere. So, in the meantime, she's being tutored. Okay, so apparently I didn't make this guy like me more. So I'm going to send him a gift to improve his opinion of me. And then I'm going to offer to be a guardian to her. There we go. Now, the only white-haired High Valyrian girl in Westeros is going to be in King's Landing. I say that's a win. There's another High Valyrian girl here, but she has dark hair, so I guess it's because it's with a Riverman? I don't know. So, but it's Sir Jaehaerys Valerion, who, the oldest. But still, I wonder why she has dark hair and is High Valyrian. We'll see. So apparently my son, Emperor Aegon of Giscard, gets to have a Kingsguard member go protect him. And so I can send Ryman Frey, I can send Hobber Peak, or I can send Sir Quentin. I think I'm going to send Sir Quentin. He's the oldest of the Kingsguard. He's, had his time. I think we'll consider this kind of a retirement to Yunkai, so to speak. In the meantime, let's check up on Emperor Aegon, see how he's doing. He's currently hostile towards, I guess that's a Dothraki guy. He's not currently at war with anybody, though. He is currently leading troops. He does look rather imposing, except for the hair. The hair's kind of weird. But he's leading troops in Marine, and I would say doing well for himself so far. Hasn't died yet. That's always good. Seduction in the Wild. I'm attending a festive outing with Parkela. Unfortunately, half the court is also here, and I'm having trouble getting any time alone with my amorous quarry. So I can seek an ally among her friends, leave a note to meet me by the stream, or flirt with her discreetly. I think we're going to flirt discreetly. Despite never getting a chance to be alone with Parkela, I do believe my winning personality has impressed her. Okay. I need a new plan. Also, something I noticed, as soon as her husband was dead, Daenerys Velaryon was betrothed already to this kid, and I don't really have much of an opportunity. The plot power is 44.3% to kill him, which isn't good. So I think what I'm going to end up having to do is do a little bit of seduction of my own. And she's not old enough to seduce at the moment, which, just saying that sounds wrong. But once she's married, I'll invite him to court. He'll bring her with her. He's not heir to any titles or anything like that, so he'll come to my court, and we can work it out with her. So all this talk I did about sleeping with other people's wives, I managed to chance upon Barkela alone in the kitchen when she came down for her usual late-night snack. We've talked and laughed for hours, and I can tell the attraction is growing. Hoping I've read her correctly, I lean in to whisper in her ear, confess my love, make a lewd suggestion, or quote love poetry. I do believe Aegon, who is something of a scholar, would quote love poetry. That seems to be in character for him. She jerks away with a shocked expression. King Aegon, you're old enough to be my father. And she ran off giggling. The virtue is strong. Whoa. Apparently Drogon just died. Apparently he was maimed, but he just, at the age of 37, that is awful. Just fell asleep and never woke up. Wow. Well, that makes Rhaegal. Ooh. Visenya looks awesome. He's affectionate and playful, and isn't tamed by anybody. But that makes Rhaegal the strongest dragon. My dragon is now the strongest dragon, or Aegon's dragon is now the strongest dragon in the world. My lord, there is a noble warrior at the gate. He says he's a veteran of many battles and desires to become a champion of your house. He praises your wisdom and honor and pledges to always defend you and your household if you'll accept him in your retinue. Yeah. Sure. What is that, who is he? Ooh. Aaron of Drakebridge. Wow, he's a formidable fighter and he's strong. That's a good event. No family to speak of. He'll make a great master at arms. Actually, he would make a really good Kingsguard member. Maybe we'll have to do that. Hopefully he has to ask us to get married, and I just need to remember, like, hold on, dude, I got a plan for you. So, that's awesome. Here we go. I'm pleased to hear that after a period of peace and shrewd management, the province of King's Landing is doing very well. People are happy, and the tax collectors are reporting record intakes. King's Landing gets flourishing. Amazing. I'm attending a festive outing with Barkela. Unfortunately, half the court is also here, so I'm having trouble getting any time alone with my amorous quarry. So I'm gonna leave a note. Let's see if she'll meet us. Here we go. I didn't have to wait long. Let us make a lewd suggestion. Haha! It worked. Barkela and I spent a long time making love in the water and on the warm cliffs above. When we returned to the main party in the evening, grinning and squeaky clean, we found that they'd been looking for us. Attendants came rushing, and more than a few eyebrows were raised in speculation. So I'm gonna take her as a lover. There we go. And ooh, apparently that's been an ambition that we've had for a while. I think originally I was just trying to have it as Dany. Let's see the realm prosper. I don't really want to get married at the moment, so let's see the realm prosper. By staying at peace for 5 years. If Aegon's realm is attacked or he goes to war, this ambition will fail, and it can't be taken again for 5 years. Okay, so no revolts. No revolts. Let's check on The Valerian girl. She's still betrothed, but this guy is in seclusion in his court. Well. Nothing to develop there. You're a baby crying in my ear. Oh, a new child of Commander RM the Unchaste. Good lord, that man is fat. So I just realized this, since Prince Jaehaerys isn't really doing much at the moment, he's just kind of sitting in my court. He's not getting married, he's celibate, all that kind of stuff, and I'm not going to give him Dragonstone at the moment. I can propose to go on a foreign tour. Now, he may change his sort of what he associates his culture as and all that kind of stuff, but, I mean, that won't necessarily affect him, I don't think, in the long run. So, there we go, let's propose a foreign tour. Ah, he's rejected the offer. He preferred to wait in King's Landing for his rightful inheritance, which is what, my friend? Which is what? Okay, we've had bloody flux in King's Landing, which isn't good, so I'm going to go ahead and shut the gates. Yep. We're going to seal the gates for the moment, and we're going to allow the epidemic to end. My ward's birthday is on the 13th of October, so I don't think she's included in the seclusion for some reason. But still. Here we go. I have my sights on Daenerys, who's Daenerys Valerian. The age difference could cause a bit of a scandal. We'll kind of ignore that. She's still only betrothed to this guy. So, they're not married yet. Hopefully we can make something happen before then. My mission to improve your good name has been a success so far. So this guy from Tolos is now has a improved opinion of me. Am I doing anything with you right now, Robert? Lately, Sir Giles Peake has been showing symptoms of the illness. He might have contracted the plague, but of course nothing is certain yet. Yeah, he has to go. I'm sorry, but you are showing signs of the disease, bud. What am I doing with my Master of Laws? He's performing statecraft. I can have him improve diplomatic relations, which I think is what I need him to do, ultimately. I need him to improve diplomatic relations over here with Janae. Oh, I forgot about this. The Lannisters are about to lose the Westerlands because of inheritance laws. I wonder if anything's going to be done about that. They still have 22 living members. I mean, you would think that they would step in and do something so that an outsider wouldn't inherit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Bloody flux is all over the coast right here. It's crazy. I made sure to attend this minor event in high tide, which is weird because I'm secluded with my courtiers, so I could seduce Daenerys. We've been dancing and conversing all night. She's clearly responding to my advances. Mead in my room, milady? I really don't want to say milady. It makes me sound like I'm a fedora wearing whatever. Leave her yearning for more. Yeah, let's do this. As the festivities wore down, I took Daenerys aside and suggested we retire together. I can't believe she actually spurned me. Okay, the virtue is strong. Let's see if we can, Ooh. This is good. This is good. Oldstones was once the site of a great castle whose original name had long been lost. The River Kings of House Mud had their seat here, and from it they ruled as king of the rivers and the hills for over 1,000 years. This was until the line was extinguished by the death of Christopher V during the Andal invasion. thus ending the first men's dominion over the lands of the Trident. Only the bare foundations of the curtain wall and keep remained of the castle when you started rebuilding, the stones pilfered long ago by the local small folk. However, at the center of what was once lost was the castle's yard. A great carved sepulchre still rests, half hidden in waist-high grass. The sepulchre entombs Christopher the Fourth of his name. Beneath it, rebuilders have found his tomb, and within its many chests filled with ancient gold and coins, they have even found what must be the royal crown and regalia of the River Kings. I can leave it for House Mud, or I can claim it. Heck yeah. I'm gonna claim it, and I'm gonna give it to House Mud. I mean, yes, they can claim it, but I can also give it to them, because I am the one that gave them land again. So here we go. We are going to give the artifact of Crown of the River Kings to Lord Paramount Christopher, or to Lord Paramount Lauren, whose son, Lord Duncan, Lord Kristen, Lord Hostine, and Lord Kalmar. They're doing quite well. They're flourishing, and Lord Paramount Lauren is doing quite well, very well, for sure. He might actually make a better Master of Coin. Yeah, he will, than Hector Chester. So once Hector finally kicks the bucket, we can bring Lord Paramount Lauren in as more than just an advisor. We can bring him in as our Master of Coin. That's good. That's really good. I managed to chance upon Daenerys alone in the kitchen when she came down for her usual late-night snack. We've talked and laughed for hours, and I can tell the attraction is growing. Hoping I've read her correctly, I lean in to whisper in her ear. We're going to try to quote love poetry first and foremost. Oh, she did the same thing as the other girl. You're old enough to be my father. Okay. Well, let's hope we get another event soon, because we know how the progression goes. Here we go. A midnight snack. Now we need to make a lewd suggestion, because that worked last time. And it works this time. Amazing. Alright, so we're going to take her as a lover. And hope that she produces a child for us before she gets married. So how is my... She's not pregnant. And she's not in my court. And I don't think I can invite her into my court because she's, yeah. She's with Lord Jaehaerys, so. Okay. Bravo, we may have a High Valyrian bastard along the way, somehow, some way.